Hi everyone, can we talk? My name is Mona Marlowe and welcome to my YouTube channel. And on this episode, I am talking about the one and only Joan Rivers and a little bit about her signature fragrance that she wore through her ups, her downs, through her battles, and of course her victories throughout her amazing career that lasted for a very long time, from 1957 up until her death at the age of 81 years old. She was a fierce force to be reckoned with, and she broke barriers for women and just for comedians of all sorts. She was fearless, she was honest, she was vulnerable, and she really, really was a funny woman. And in order, I think, for someone to be genuinely funny, um, it comes from their own experiences, more or less. It comes from their truth, and that's what makes it funny. And she really exposed her truth in a raw kind of way in her work when she was performing on stage, and even when she was a talk show host. She had her own show, The Joan Rivers Show, in 1990, and it was my favorite show. It would start at 3 o'clock right after I got home from school, and I would watch The Joan Rivers Show religiously. She just brought so much joy and cheer into my house. My brothers enjoyed watching her as well. And I remember writing her a letter because at the end of the show, they would give an address for you to purchase, I guess, tickets for her show to be a guest. Not purchase, I think they were for free, but to order tickets. And needless to say, I wrote her this really long letter saying that it's my dream to move to New York City, blah, blah, blah. And your show just brings me so much joy. And she shockingly and surprisingly wrote me back with an amazing autographed picture of her. I remember it was in the summertime, going into the mailbox, just reaching out, and it was this huge manila envelope from the Joan Rivers Show. I was the happiest kid in the world. I knew she read my letter. I knew she would read it. And she's a Gemini. I'm a Gemini rising, so Gemini rules my chart. Mercury rules my whole existence. And I knew I would connect to her. And I did. And it was such a great experience, a profound experience in my life as a little kid, knowing that dreams can come true no matter where you begin. And she would always talk about, her struggles, and she was very honest about her life, and that's very admirable. But when she was on her talk show, so many people complimented her on her fragrance, and I always wondered what she wore. And on one of her shows, actually on a few of her shows, when people would say, "You smell amazing," she would answer the one and only one word, "Joy," by Jean Patou. She would say just joy, of course. And this perfume suits Joan Rivers perfectly. When you put this on, it's very, can we talk? When someone smells this around you or around them, when you have it on, it's very, can we talk? It's very upbeat. It's, even though it's very indolic, which is considered sexy, jasmine fragrance, it still has a very cheerful, upbeat, joyful quality. And that's what Joan Rivers did. She brought people joy, right, through her comedy and her funny comedian, authentic self, wore Joy. And you know, this was coined the most costliest perfume. For many years, it was introduced in 1930, and I bet you she always had a bottle of Joy, no matter what her finances were. And she's, you know, she was very open about being like down to like zero many times in her finances, in her career, and struggling as a single mother in show business. But she loved being on stage more than anything in the world. And I'm sure people got a whiff of Joy as well when she was on stage. Um, I really dedicate this fragrance video to Joan Rivers. Thank you for writing me back. I know you're in heaven listening. Your spirit's around somewhere. And I really recommend the legendary perfume Joy to anyone who loves a jasmine rose fragrance. And unfortunately it's discontinued. This is a vintage extrait, half an ounce, that I have another open bottle at the moment that I'm using, but this is a backup. I really recommend hunting down a bottle on eBay, because when it's gone, it's gone. And it's getting more difficult to find, and the prices are getting higher. So I highly recommend Joy by Jean Paul, and I dedicate this video to, of course, to all of Joan Rivers' fans, and to her, herself. And with that, I'd like to close. I will see you in my next video to come very soon. Bye-bye.